Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the RobsNetworkers Traffic Leads to Income Sunday Night Conference. My name is Rob Gearing, and I'm the admin and owner of RobsNetworkers and Traffic Leads to Income. And tonight we're going to talk about Traffic Leads to Leverage, which is the new offering from the RobsNetworkers family of programs and products and services. So we're going to go ahead and give you the rules of the room so that everybody's really clear. There is no advertising that we do in this room, so no email addresses, no web links, and no other identifiers like that because that's not cool, and it usually doesn't produce a result anyway. And the other rule is we ask that you simply pay good attention to the information that we put forward tonight, and if you do, you'll find that it will produce you results if you apply it in your business. So again, my name is Rob Gearing, and it's a pleasure to have you guys here with us tonight at our Sunday night conference. We are going to go into desktop sharing, so we're going to do that right now. So we're just going to kick it right off and get this party started. And this is being recorded, so you'll be able to review all this great information later on at your convenience and pass it on to your opt-ins and your downline members and the people that you're working with. So without further ado, desktop sharing. So we click on desktop. We go to start sharing. We share the full screen. Alrighty. So let's go to my Mozilla. Let me get rid of that. So what you should be seeing is our Traffic Leads to Leverage page. So if you go to RobsNetworkers.com, that's basically a roadmap to everything that we have in our community. So Robs Networkers is the link at the top there. So when I click on that, if I start off at RobsNetworkers.com, it takes me to the Robs Networkers blog page. Okay, and at the very top at RobsNetworkers.com or any of our pages over here at the blog, this is actually all linked up and works in sync with our Traffic Leads to Income blog. We have a home page, which is the latest blog entry. We have the About page, which tells you a little bit about me. A contact link, the Robs Networkers system, if you will, which is a great overview on how to structure your business and how to take the tools that we offer you and integrate them with things you're already dealing with and put it together into a successful formula. Conference recordings, so this recording that we're doing now will be added to this, and it also goes to YouTube as well. Matrix Buster 2.0 is our Traffic Leads to Income blend with Traffic Wave. Primary Business talks about the importance of having a good online and offline primary business that can earn you additional income. When we talk about multiple streams of income, myself, I am involved in Sizzle International. I am for now, I'm a master distributor. I hope in the next few days to become a one-star master distributor. So that's the company that I deal with. Hopefully you have a good company that you deal with that offers you unbelievable products that you can offer to your friends, neighbors, and people on the internet. That's ultimately why we do what we do, is to have various offerings that we can satisfy a lot of different people. You know, our neighbor down the street necessarily doesn't need an autoresponder, but may need a nutritional health product, some other product or service that may not be an e-resource or marketing tool. So you want to be diversified, is what Robs Networkers and me, Rob here, recommends to you, to be diversified and have have different offerings to satisfy different segments of the population. And then we have our Traffic Leads to Leverage web page, or blog page, I should call it. So I'm going to click on that tonight, Traffic Leads to Leverage. So bookmark RobsNetworkers.com if you haven't already done that. And that is always your starting point then. It'll lead you to all the things that we have to offer here at the Robs Networkers community. So Traffic Leads to Leverage. Warning, the following is a great way to combine the power of the GVO e-responder and the tools and resources of Traffic Leads to Income. Only for those serious about earning online. So as some of you may realize, we had GVO as one of the drop downs in step 4 of Traffic Leads to Income. And some tweaks that happen on their side of things caused us to have to take that down temporarily. So I knew that I needed to create new instructions, and that's part of what this created, was giving those who have a GVO autoresponder the ability to follow a, maybe you don't follow it exactly verbatim, but it gives you, a lot of great information and gives you what you need to know to get set up with traffic leads to income lead capture page combined with your GVO e-responder. So if you go to step 4 in traffic leads to income, you'll now see that GVO is one of the drop downs for autoresponder choices. So now you have GVO, you have traffic wave, you have get response, and you have none. I will choose later. So if you have no autoresponder, which we recommend that you do have an autoresponder, but if you decide that you're not ready for that, we also have a mini autoresponder that's part of traffic leads to income that will capture leads for you as well. So that would be another case of saying none. I will choose later. Or if you have an autoresponder that's not one of the ones that I just mentioned. Oh, Aweber is the other one that's part of the drop-down in step 4 of traffic leads to income. But if you have an autoresponder that's not mentioned in that drop-down, then you would choose none, or you would choose none. Or whatever the verbiage is there. I believe it's none. I will select later, and you still have every capability to configure your lead capture page with that autoresponder in step 6. So a little bit of knowledge for you on that front. So moving forward here, step A of the traffic leads to leverage system, we say visit your traffic leads to income downline builder. So why don't I go ahead and go to traffic leads to income, the login page, and you're going to notice something that I need to get fixed actually. This is going to cause me to log in again. So I want to click on downline builder actually. So we got to get with our programmers and find out, why do I have to log in twice? Is this happening to you guys too? Or maybe this is just something that's on my end that's causing that. So it could be me actually. So downline builder in traffic leads to income back office is right here. Okay. So we're going to be toggling between our traffic leads to income back office and our traffic leads to leverage instruction page. So visit your traffic leads to income downline builder, and if you're not a member of Pure Leverage, register for your $1 trial. Not a member of traffic leads to income, you can rectify that here. So if you're not a member of traffic leads to income, we ask that you go back to your sponsor. And let me come back to the room here and maybe ask you guys, is there anybody here that's not a member of traffic leads to income? Put up a Y if you're not. Please stop. Okay, we may have everybody here as a member of traffic leads to income. Anybody who's not? So John Spivey, you're not a member of traffic leads to income? Really? Who's your sponsor, John? Because I have you on, is it me? Am I your sponsor? For other things? You, okay. Well, John, let me drop you a link actually. So let me go find that, and I'll Skype you actually. Let's just take care of that right now. So I'm going to go to my personal domain, robgearing.com. And that's actually my About Me page. And I always can grab my link then. So that would be right here. Join me in Traffic Leads to Income. And John is one of my friends on Skype. And let me find John here. So notice how I'm navigating from page to page. So you have to be nimble in these matters. And there's John. And there is my link, John. So there you go. So John, you can move forward. And this way then, as a Traffic Leads to Income member, it's going to be a lot easier to follow the Traffic Leads to Leverage system. So step A in Traffic Leads to Leverage. You have to be a Traffic Leads to Income member, and you're going to visit. So think of this too as, let's just look at this from pure eyes, that you are following this system. You've got it set up, and now you are, you have opt-in, somebody that just opted into your list, who's going through the steps. So we kind of think of it as you maybe haven't gone through these steps. So just kind of think of it from a pure standpoint of how somebody new would approach something like this. So they join Traffic Leads to Income, and they're instructed to go to the downline builder and join Pure Leverage. So let's just make sure we all understand where our downline builder is located in Traffic Leads to Income. It's in the back office, and see, it's at the top. Once I'm logged in, it's to the right of the home page. So let's see, do I see that in my downline builder? Yeah, I have that right up at the top here, Pure Leverage. Okay, so you can get $1, I believe it's $1 for 7 days. Is that correct, Janet? And then after the 7 days expires, it would be $24.97. But what you're going to get for that is you are going to get a conference room. You are going to get an autoresponder with the capability of holding 10,000 names. That will satisfy you for a while. You get video marketing, so you get resources to help you create videos that you can put on blogs and web pages and stuff like that. You get the Pure Leverage lead capture system, which is a great net to pull people into your list and into Pure Leverage, and then into Traffic Leads to Income, Traffic Leads to Leverage. The whole situation there. And of course, 100% commissions is what Pure Leverage is known for. So you need this to be in your downline builder in order for somebody to follow that. The other option, if you go back and look at the Traffic Leads to Leverage instructions here, if you are in GVO, Host and Profit, or Pure Leverage, there's no need to rejoin. So, in other words, if I'm a member of Host and Profit, I can follow these instructions. If I'm a GVO Titanium member, I can follow these instructions. And if I'm already a Pure Leverage member, I can follow these instructions. And let me tell you guys something. If you are a GVO Titanium or a Host and Profit member, if you want to get involved in Pure Leverage and add these additional tools and resources, do not join independently. Upgrade from your back office. So in Host and Profit, once you log in, there's a button that will move you into Pure Leverage. And in GVO Titanium, I'm sure that same button exists. So you really want those two accounts. You want your accounts with GVO to be seamless and to be integrated. And if you don't do that, and you'll end up with separate accounts, and it becomes really, really not good. It's not the way it's supposed to be, and you'll have to spend hours of time getting it fixed with support like I had to do. So just take my advice. If you're new to all this and you're interested in moving into one of these resources, just move into the resource and take advantage of the $7-day trial. But if you are already in one of these and you want to enhance things, you do bypass the $1 trial, but it's worth it in the integration that you get. And I hope that makes sense. So one of the things that GVO has in common is the GVO e-responder. But depending on which of these programs that you're in and what level that you're at, there's only a certain number of names that you're going to be able to have fill up your autoresponder. At the very least, I believe it's 500 in Host and Profit. Pure Leverage gives you 10,000. So if you're in it to win it, so to speak, and I am, and hopefully you guys are too, you're going to build a list of infinite size. So you just have to watch you're not limiting yourself. But there's also the fact that when you're getting started, you certainly may want to start modest, and then knowing that you can work your way up, and these resources can be increased and whatnot. But GVO has in common, no matter which combination that you're in the GVO family of programs, the e-responder is what we call it. It's the common denominator. So the next thing that we look at here is, let's see, I think we're going to be moving to step B. Yes. So we're in Traffic Leads to Income. We have our GVO e-responder, depending on which package that we took. So there is a video, and I believe I can play this video in this room here, actually. So I don't know if I'm going to do that though, because this video actually was done, was that last week? In a recent conference that we had, we showed you how to set up the GVO e-responder in step 4 of Traffic Leads to Income. So, that you could always go back and you could look at this video, you can reference, it, when you have the opportunity. In step B, we published the shared campaign code. So let's toggle back to Traffic Leads to Income. So at this point, as a new member and somebody that's moving forward with us, let's go back to homepage in Traffic Leads to Income. And let's go back and take a look at our 11 steps of success in Traffic Leads to Income. So step 1 is training and support. That's getting involved in our community, understanding that we have Skype support groups. And if you're not a friend of mine in Skype, let's change that. You can send me a friend request to rob.gearing, and I will certainly accept you as my friend. And if you're interested as a member of Traffic Leads to Income, if you're interested in our Skype 24/7 support group, I can actually pop you in. We have 2 of them. One is, I believe, maxed out. We may have 1 seat left in it. I think it's filled though. So we have an overflow group. So we have over 340 some odd people that are in our Skype support groups. And I think that's pretty impressive. So it's a great community of support, a lot of great leaders, and a lot of great help that you'll get. So certainly Skype is one of the critical tools that we use for success online. Step 2, download your Firefox browser, making sure you get the latest version, and update your profile. Step 3 begins the LCP creation. So if you set up correctly, you have your autoresponder referral link in your profile. So before your member gets to step 4, they've already got involved in your autoresponder resource. So from the GVO setup standpoint, and from the Traffic Leads to Leverage, we call it. So we want to be clear with our terminology tonight. We're following the Traffic Leads to Leverage plan, which is not just setting up the traditional Traffic Leads to Income lead capture page with a GVO e-responder, but it is combining the power of pure leverage with Traffic Leads to Income and blending it together into a little bit of a different process. And this also reaffirms the flexibility of the system and the fact that you can customize Traffic Leads to Income for a lot of different applications, because you have a lot of control in a lot of the different aspects of the setup. So step 4, notice that we have the GVO now in the drop down. Let's go back and see what our instructions are saying. Okay. So the video does a lot of heavy lifting for us. So we're not going to review the setup in its entirety, but what we're going to tell you is, what we are going to tell you tonight is that once you pick your GVO responder option in step 4, you'll notice there's a click here for instructions. And if I'm not mistaken, that should bring up the Traffic Leads to Leverage blog page once again. So that's that's our roadmap as we talked about. The setup for the letters is pretty cut and dry. The video details using the shared campaign code right here, 451356C0A866. So the code is right there in the blog page. So you can just take it right from there. And by going to GVO, your GVO e-responder, and entering that code, what it's going to do is it's going to take my 6-part email series from my autoresponder, it's going to move it over to yours, and all you have to do is basically edit the letters. The letters are really the same 6 emails that we use in Traffic Leads to Income in the affiliate tools area. It basically chronicles the setting up the 11 steps of success in Traffic Leads to Income, with a couple of small differences. The biggest difference being we reference the Traffic Leads to Leverage setup instructions, which is, if that's the setup that you've chosen, you will, you're following that, and then folks that are opting into your lead capture page are going to be following that as well. So we needed that to be a part of those, of some part of that 6-part email series. So what's next then? So we have an autoresponder. We have letters set up. We've gone in. We've edited them as the video chronicles that you can look at your convenience. We have to make sure that we have our own signature line in there. We want to make sure that it's our Traffic Leads to Income referral page and not somebody else's. So that editing process is very critical. But once all that's taken care of, you have saved a basic Traffic Leads to Income lead capture page using the GVO e-responder. That may be all that you want to do. You may not be interested in this, Traffic Leads to Leverage alternate setup. So if that's the case, you move on. But if you want to go further, that's where step C continues the process here. So great work. Let's edit this. Now adding some pure leverage elements in step 6. Go to the box that contains your LCP code and edit the verbiage below the header to read. So this is all that we're really doing here in this particular setup. Let me go back to Traffic Leads to Income. So we've got our autoresponder campaign set up. We've uploaded our picture. And we're going to go to step 6. And we're going to complete that lead capture page. Now I've already done this. Mine is actually set up. I'm advertising this. It's out there. You've probably seen it in traffic exchanges and safe lists. So let me bring up my lead capture page. Whoops. Now you can change this verbiage. I just decided to keep it really simple because I think simplicity works on the internet. So opt in below for an explosive opportunity with explosive tools and 100% explosive commissions. And I took that from one of the pure leverage banners in the back office there. So, might as well, right? It's good ad copy. It's very compelling. Fill in the form below to get started, and then full name and email address. Okay, so this is linked up with a GVO e-responder campaign. So basically, there was different verbiage that was in this area here. The only issue if you're a free member of Traffic Leads to Income is that you have to fiddle around with the HTML code a little bit here. So if you scroll down, it's really not hard, because in this little area right here, it says opt in below for an explosive opportunity with explosive tools and 100% explosive commissions. The old verbiage said something like, come with me for, I forget the words, you guys maybe can help me out with that, but something along the lines of join me for in our journey for earnings, or something along those lines. So that was there, and I just replaced it with this opt in below for an explosive opportunity. But you could make that anything, actually. That's the beauty of this. You could make this any kind of verbiage. You can hook this up with any autoresponder campaign. So it's tremendous flexibility with the system. And once I make that verbiage change, it's just a matter of clicking Save Lead Capture Page, and there we go. So that is what the setup is telling us to do. So that's easy enough. So one more edit. Go back to your GVO e-responder and access your campaign you created in step B. Go to the form you created and click Edit. So did you guys know that when you do a GVO campaign, you have an area, there's a generic link. You've probably opted into enough pages, and you've probably opted into GVO lead capture pages before, where it comes up and it says, thank you. There's a man's voice, or maybe it's a lady's voice. It says, thank you for opting in. There's only one more step. Go to your email and click the confirmation link. To me, that is a waste. So I can actually go in, take that out, and I put in my pure leverage lead capture page. Because if you think about the system and the Traffic Leads to Leverage system, okay, I really want my next thing, I want pretty much the next thing to happen. They need to join Traffic Leads to Income, and we'll get into that in a minute. Because remember, when somebody fills in a lead capture form, they've simply opted into your list. We still need to get them into the key program of this whole thing, Traffic Leads to Income, but that'll come later. But when somebody fills in a form, they're usually pretty giddy, and they're open to different things. So instead of that, everybody knows to go look at your email and click the confirmation link in the email. So why waste that? You have two shots here. You have the first thank you page that somebody gets when they fill in a form, and then you get the second thank you page that comes up after they confirm their email address. So I cleverly, in the first one, put in my Pure Leverage referral URL. If you are not moving forward in the Pure Leverage, but you're in Host Then Profit, that can be your Host Then Profit referral URL. This speaks of the $9.97 very low entry fee and the $1 trial for the first 7 days. So I found a lot of success with that. I find, oh wow, person not only opted into the list, but they took the deal. They took the offer. Okay, so that's pretty cut and dry. Then the next thing that we need to go do is we need to make sure that our confirmation link, and that's also done over in your GVO e-responder campaign. You want to make sure that your and I believe that's chronicled in the video that we're not showing you tonight, but you know where it's at, so you can find it and reference this when you're doing your own personal setup. But the other link is the we call the first one the landing page. So also, I guess the landing page is the right terminology. So after they've filled in the form and they've looked at the landing page and they confirm, they're going to be taken to, because it's something you customize at the campaign, in your campaign over in your GVO e-responder, they're going to be taken to your Traffic Leads to Income, not referral page, but sign up page. So I'm going to do a little sample here, and I'm going to try to opt in right here in front of your eyes, and we're going to see how this all works. So we're going to see it as you maybe saw it as you move forward with somebody, or we're going to see it as, how your new subscriber is going to see it. So the recap on all of this is Traffic Leads to Leverage gives you a special lead capture page. It will bring people to your Traffic Leads to Income Pure Leverage system. The other nice thing about this is they will also, if they fill in the Pure Leverage lead capture page, the landing page, they're going to go into that whole email series. So they're actually going to be subscribed to 2 different campaigns through the Traffic Leads to Leverage system. When they fill in the form and confirm, they will receive 2 special email series, I already said that, and also an invitation to join Traffic Leads to Income. Prior to confirmation, they're going to see either your Pure Leverage or your Host Then Profit page. And then step F of Traffic Leads to Leverage is you've got a great lead capture page. It's all ready to go. Follow steps 7 through 11 in Traffic Leads to Income to finish your setup, to get your tracker set up, to get some other great resources from your sponsor via your downline builder, to look at our traffic exchange, surfing, multi-traffic exchange, surfing plan to get more eyes on your lead capture page. That's step 8. Step 9 is how to leverage safe lists. Step 10 is how to leverage follow-up and be really great at that. And then the finish up is the, for upgraded members, step 11 is your unlimited lead capture pages, an easy editing system. So any of these lead capture pages that you're creating, you don't have to go in and fool with HTML code. You're doing using an easy editor, or what we call the what you see is what you get editor. And also know that as an upgraded member of Traffic Leads to Income, you're getting a downline builder that you can add what you want to add and block what you don't want your downline members to see, and 50% commissions versus 25. So that's pretty powerful. All right, so let's see how this thing works. Let me go over to my lead capture page. I think I'm going to have to do one thing really quick. So I need to quickly go to Pure Leverage and log in. Now this is what I talk about, the merging of my Pure Leverage and Host Then Profit accounts. So I'm paying the $9.97 to have the hosting. the domain-based hosting, and then my $24.97 is my pure leverage and my conference room, my 10,000 maximum GVO e-responder, and the video piece and all that good stuff. But look at this. I'm in actually, when I log into Pure Leverage, I'm in my Host and Profit back office. But look at the little red button in the upper left there. I can toggle between the two accounts. So I actually am able to promote both. And then I can go back. So I can toggle back and forth because these two accounts are seamlessly tied together. And that's why it's so critical if you're an existing Host and Profit member that you upgrade to Pure Leverage from within your back office of Host and Profit. So what I need to do, guys, is I need to take myself out of this, out of my autoresponder so that I can test it. So this is my campaign. It's called Traffic Leads to Income 1. And I'm going to go to my subscribers and my current subscribers list. And oh, I got an opt-in today, Steve. He's pending though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to at least add him to my Skype. I was able to get Tony, who was my previous referral or my previous opt-in. Okay, filled in the lead capture page. I was able to hook up with him on Skype because for whatever reason, sometimes people don't get those confirmation emails. So that's where using your Skype and going in and adding a contact right here. See in Skype. Click add a contact. You know what? Let me do that live with you as well. This is the first I've seen of Steve. So here's his email address. Again, it's a Gmail. So GVO has issues with Gmail. I know that for a fact. So I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe Janet and Don, we can chat about that. It just seems like a trend. So maybe there's something that GVO can do with that on their end, or maybe not. I don't know. But on my end, Steve Brunk is going to get a Skype message from me if he is on Skype. So I click on, I'm in my Skype, lower left, add a contact, search people on Skype. Nope. And I can also click on send an email invitation, and I'll do that later. But it's worth a shot. Didn't pan out in that case. The other way I could do this is type in his name, but then I may get a lot of different people listed. So I may have to try to contact 5 people to try to figure out which is the right Steve. So, but I'm tenacious, and I want you to be a tenacious marketer. That's for sure. So back to my subscriber list, current subscriber list. I'm going to delete myself out. And actually, oh, you know what? I didn't even have to do this because the email address that I wanted to use is not in there. So perfect. All right, so let me get out of that. Let me go to my... Okay, so you're looking at my Traffic Leads to Leverage lead capture page. So let me type in my name, Rob Gearing. My email address is admin@trafficleadstoincome.com. So you guys, any lead capture page that you ever create in Traffic Leads to Income, please test it, have a buddy test it, break it down, look at it. I've had good sessions with people this week where I tested and I gave them multiple fixes. I recommend this. I think you should change that. This isn't working like it should. And it was like, wow. So we have to do that for each other. So I'm going to hit submit. There we go. Pure Leverage. Enter your email. Well, you know what? I probably would do that. Okay. Why not? So the difference between your landing page being Pure Leverage and Host and Profit is Pure Leverage is another lead capture system. So again, they're opting into a second campaign here. People are probably going to be more apt to fill in that email address there. Host and Profit's going to be the actual sales page for the most part. So, you know, just a distinction there. So let me go to my email and see what happens. So I am going to see if I get the confirmation email. And I bet I did. Come on. Here it is. Hello, Rob Gearing. Confirm your entry to Traffic Leads to Income. Absolutely. Click here to join. Absolutely. Why would I not want to do that? I would have to be the craziest man on earth not to get involved in such a wonderful organization. So there we go. It's going to load up in Chrome for me. And I should... Oh, there it is. Here it comes. Traffic Leads to Income, new member registration. So if I'm testing, did my name come up? Rob Gearing. Your referrer is Rob Gearing. So make sure that these are your pages. Make sure that this system is perfect. Everything. You must test it to make sure that it works perfectly. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. You really are. Work perfectly. Work like a charm. So what I just created then was I have, if this all goes like the way I want it to go, I have a new subscriber to my list. They're receiving my special 6-part email series. They are receiving information about Pure Leverage, and hopefully maybe by now I've already become a paying member, and I just got 100% commissions. And I've also got a new member in my Traffic Leads to Income downline. I'm going to personally follow up with this member. I'm going to give them the Traffic Leads to Leverage instruction page and work with them. And I'm going to, what's going to happen when that happens? Well, I'm going to maybe get them in my primary business, other tools and resources that I'm involved in. It's just a wonderful thing that we do here. And it's gratifying to be able to show you and teach you. So hopefully this was helpful in mastering the Traffic Leads to Leverage system. Definitely reference the video that I mentioned earlier. That will be very helpful in getting you squared away and helping you help your future subscribers and your future leaders. And with that, I'm going to shut the video off, or the recording off rather. And for my live audience, just give me a few seconds and we'll take your questions. Thank you very much.